Hello, everyone. Welcome to the last discussion panel of the day. We are here today to discuss the benefits of working in private equity sector in Luxembourg. I am Evi Giri, Business Development and Project Manager at the LPEA, and I have again next to me, Luis.
Oh, I'm sorry for that. Luis Galvez, Chief Operating Officer of the LPEA. And I think we had a nice time this morning. We discussed with several speakers. We introduced some of the mostly available job positions in Luxembourg in private equity and venture capital. But now it's time to speak about benefits. You know, we all expect a salary by the end of the month when we work, but there are many other benefits that come on top of salaries, and that's what we are going to explore now.
So for this panel, we have with us Asimina Lampropoulou, responsible for talent growth and development at Vistra, Francesca Granat, Senior Manager, Legal Affairs at Riverside, and Hossein Nadem, partner at KPMG. So welcome. Thank you for taking the time.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for having us.
So welcome. I would like you to introduce a bit yourself. Let's start with Francesca.
Yeah, of course. Thanks a lot, Evi and Luis, for having me. And yeah, I'm Francesca Grana, Senior Manager, as you said, Evi, in Legal Affairs in Riverside in Luxembourg. Just for a little bit of background on myself, before moving in Luxembourg approximately 5 years ago, I've been for the major of my career in Italy. I'm Italian, where I've been a transactional lawyer in international law firms in Milan mainly. And when I arrived in Luxembourg, I worked mainly in a service provider before to join Riverside.
Thank you, Francesca. Asimina?
Hello, everyone. I am Asimina Lampropoulou. I am a human resources business partner for Vistra Luxembourg. I joined Vistra in January 2018, and it's been a really nice journey for me. Previously, I used to work for European institutions, and it was a really great opportunity to join private sector in Luxembourg and really see how interesting this business is. And again, the benefits, all the packets, the different culture experience are the things that are making me continuing at this side and developing.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hossein. I'm a director, I'm audit director in private equity at KPMG Luxembourg. After my studies, I actually started with KPMG about 10 years ago. And one of the reasons, the two main reasons who kept me with KPMG Luxembourg are obviously the interest in the private equity market, but also all the atmosphere at KPMG and the environment and all those benefits around the fact that I'm working with KPMG until today.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Each organization has its own culture, and sometimes that's also a selling point. Is there anything particular from your company culture that you would highlight and that would consider as an asset in the moment of, this is what we can give you, and this is the culture where you are entering? Is there something you would like to highlight? Starting with you, Hossein.
Yes, sure. One of the key elements of the culture in KPMG, not only for private equity but more broadly, is this entrepreneurial mindset. I think what we all have in common is that we work together for our client. We like to anticipate their needs, deliver on their objective, build strong relationship with them. We follow their innovation progress to best accompany them. But most of all, it's about people. It's about people with our clients. It's about people within our teams. So I think that's something we really value, working together in an agile manner. We count on each other. We help each other. And I think that that's really the element that I would mention first.
You are mentioning
working together.
entrepreneurship, but so that means there is room in the organization for people to be able to take that ownership initiative as well.
Exactly, and it's about taking initiative with clients in getting new opportunity and working with them. But it's also in the career path. Maybe I'm jumping too fast to this, but it's also the career path that we offer. When you start as a junior with KPMG, after 2 years, you can expect to become senior if you're performing well. Start to coach team, be in charge of a client relationship at a certain level, supported by a manager and partner, of course. 3 years later, again, if you perform well, you can expect to become manager and manage a team between 2 and 10 to 15 people, and managing the client relationship as well. So you really have, we really encourage the people to perform in their daily tasks, but also to see a little bit forward and prepare their evolution within the firm. So can we prepare them to grow, to grow in terms
allow
of
them to have that future perspective in the organization.
Exactly.
We also
Exactly.
talked about that subject in our earlier session today. Asimina, you are also coming from the servicing side. Anything in particular from your company culture you would like to share?
Yes, so as you said, I am coming from a client servicing company, and of course, our main objective is excellence and giving a great service to the clients. For arriving there, what we have as, let's say, main company value is working as one Vistra. So we are trying to work together to achieve the goals, the objectives, working as one team, seniors supporting the juniors, developing together, and doing the right thing at the same time. So for us as well, it is really important to keep that in mind and to help each other develop and have this opportunity to grow within Vistra.
Francesca, we're only missing you, but you are the other part of the market, the GPs, which also compete with each other for talent. How do you distinguish yourself in the culture part, in the perception part?
Yeah, I think that something that I think is in common also with what Osin and Asimina mentioned is the collaboration is important also at Riverside, collaborating as a team, even if the teams are transversal, of course, because there are different functions working together. I'm legal, but I'm working with the transaction teams, so with the accountants and whatever, all the other teams. Important is collaborating as we are all together in the same team. And of course, mutual respect and transparency is what Riverside is really valuing every day. Of course, we are a private equity firm, we are fast-paced, but still we like to keep our team, our people at the center as well of the company. There is a high attention in who we are, what we want to do, and our development. Maybe something that, of course, we will touch after on the development is really important to make that everyone is following their path, they're growing, and they're happy in their respective, of course, roles in the company. And also we try to have the same approach in our portfolio companies. So when we acquire our companies, we like to transmit the same values also to their teams.
Very nice. So Asimina, you mentioned that you work all together, you try to support each other, you develop together, and Francesca said that you keep, people in the center of the whole, approach. So let us know if you have any trainings in order to support the junior people to develop their career, any mentorship programs maybe.
Yes, of course, because of when there is a junior person joining us, we cannot expect them to know everything. This is not the goal. The goal is to be motivated to learn new things, develop within Vistra, and step by step support more and more the team. So already I can say that at Vistra we have really experienced people and well known at the private equity market, who are always open to support the juniors joining us. We are offering internal trainings from our experts. Also, for any new joiner, of course, there is some support like shadowing or helping help from the team to integrate the new joiner. Next to that, we have an online platform with a big variety of trainings. For the accountants, it is interesting to mention that we are ACCA accredited member, and also we are covering expenses for external trainings. So if there is a training that is relevant to the activity of the new joiner, then we are covering the expenses for those as well.
Francesca, Hussein, if you would like to add something.
Yeah, absolutely. As well, we have different action for training. As I said, we are really committed to give trainings to our people. For example, we can mention the Riverside University, that is an online platform where at least we have a webinar per month or a seminar per month. But on top is interesting that with our HR members, they're always more than happy to listen to our needs and so to accommodate on a really customized way the needs of the people, the interest in having, for example, trainings to attend to specific seminars based on, of course, on their sector we're working on. So it's really a fluid situation that we can discuss openly with our HR.
Okay, Jose.
Okay, yeah. So at KPMG, we every year we hire about more than 150 people every October. So clearly, training is really a key asset for the development of our people. So when the new joiner arrive at KPMG, they have first of all 2 weeks of intensive training, whether it's in audit, tax, or advisory. Then there is this training platform and some training sessions that are organized every year to make sure that everyone is still up to date in terms of development. And of course, the people get coached on the job in their daily tasks by more senior team members. And for audit in particular, audit of private equity, we offer the possibility to support the IRE exam as well as CFA for more technical valuation skill set to be developed specifically for the PE industry.
I think this is a bit the mentality of Luxembourg in general, to support a lot in trainings and offer the opportunities for people, to grow personally as well, not only in the business. And I would like to comment on what you mentioned before, Hossein, about the promotions. You said that you can become a senior from junior in 2 years, and then you can become a manager. So would you like to describe a bit, each of you, the promotion processes that you have within your firms?
That's usually very important because people like to have the opportunity to grow. And if one option to grow is to move in between firms, another option is to stay in the same firm and have the right opportunities there. So
yeah, no, I agree with that. And I mean, and even before talking about progression, I think the key is providing and getting feedback on a regular basis, because that's something we really push within all our team, is to provide very regular feedback. I mean, as KPMG, the teams are can change a lot from one job to another. We have dedicated team for each of our clients, and what is key is really to be coached on the job, get feedback on the tasks that are performed, not only on an annual basis but on a really regular basis. And then at the end of each year, there's a formal feedback process in place, where all the feedback from the year are collected, so people can understand where they perform well, where they can improve, and we provide them with specific coaching in order to improve. And then based on their performance, we expect them to grow. So as I mentioned, from June, you would the typical path would be 2 years as a junior, and 2 years as a senior, 1 year of assistant manager, 3 years of manager, before accessing to leadership position and of director and partner. So the career path can be quite fast and follow people's capacity, ambition, and willingness to progress within the firm.
Francesca, Hasimina, do you have any particular promotion system in place?
Maybe I leave. No, I was saying that maybe I leave Francesca say first, and then I'm commenting. Yeah.
No, on our side, we don't really have a structured promotion plan in place. It's more fluid, let's say, and based on our individual performances. So Riverside is really supportive of, as I said also before, of our growth and the career path of the employees. So everyone, let's say, path is a little bit different, but we have as well a formal annual review process, which is a good place where, of course, discuss where you stand, what, of course, your managers, but also your peers, because we have the possibility to give feedbacks from peers as well, can give, of course, feedbacks on how things are going. But still, as I said before, we really value as well transparency between each other. So we are always happy to have a chat, an informal one during the year, maybe to give feedbacks or maybe a little bit of tips with our colleagues to help each other.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so for us, maybe I will start already mentioning one point that it's really important to Vistra is during already the recruitment process to make sure that we are assessing the skills and the seniority of the candidates in order to hire them under the right level of seniority for them. Like that, when someone joins Vistra, they know that they have the position that they are ready to perform, and of course with the necessary onboarding. And we do not risk, let's say, to have a candidate joining and feeling frustrated after 1 month because after 1 month wants to become senior. So it is the first step for us, hiring people to the right position and the right level of seniority. Then, as both Francesca and Hussein said, it is a key to have through the year, let's say, on regular meetings between the employees and their line manager to be transparent and set clear objectives and a career path. So we have a structured annual performance review cycle, and having set the right and clear objectives that everyone agrees with is building up for the career path of each person. And that really depends on also on how quickly a person can develop. Because for us, a promotion, it's not just, we have different ways to recognize the contribution of the employee. And of course, promotion is one of these elements. However, every time we're giving a promotion, we want to make sure that the person is ready to get also the responsibilities of the next level of seniority, because we are a client-facing company and we want to make sure that the service will be at the top level always.
So you mean that you don't follow a specific process for all the people, but it's
no, we have the annual performance review and we have career paths. But what I want to say is that it also depends on how quickly a person can develop. So it is not because you did 1 year your career path. If you do not arrive, let's say, to perform what is expected from a senior level, some people are arriving quicker than others. That's what I want to say.
Great.
Let's come to more specific terms here, because well, we covered quite well the promotion and development, but let's consider new person comes in for a job at your firm.
Outside of Luxembourg.
You negotiate the salary package, and there are other things that may come on the table. I just noted a few here, and maybe you will relate with some of this. Have a complementary health insurance, for instance, access to a pension plan, number of holidays per year. You know, how many days? Is it the legal minimum, or do you have an extra, or any plan to get more extra? Being given a cell phone, for instance.
Offering leasing opportunities.
Company car, it's getting less popular these days because parking space even in the office buildings is reducing. But
meal
company
vouchers.
car, yeah, meal vouchers, SIM pass and concierge services, offsite trips once a year for team building, capacity to work remotely.
Yeah, this is a very sensitive topic nowadays. You know, after COVID.
New policy to work remotely, and especially in companies like Riverside, GPs, you know, access to equity. I mean, these are some of the extras that can come on top of the salary. It would be interesting to hear from you. Maybe I'm sure I missed others. Actually, there's one here that I noted, which I don't know if you have, but we have, which is a winter and a summer party. Sorry if it's not your case, although we all know KPMG has a very nice beach, a very popular one. So, but what kind of, you know, concrete benefits are you giving to your employees?
Who would like to start?
Can start. Pardon, Simina. I think, Louis, you have summarized a lot of the benefits that we currently have, but maybe to recap, indeed, we have the meal vouchers at Riverside. We have currently 27 holidays on top, of course, of the public holidays. We have an interesting opportunity to invest in our Riverside funds, fee-free. So that is quite appealing. We have also some that it came even more popular, unfortunately, due to the COVID situation, home internet reimbursement. And we have also fitness reimbursement. So we have the possibility to receive, of course, a fund, let's say, to access to gym. And we have also some agreements with some gyms in Luxembourg. And then indeed, we have as well the possibility to meet once per year. It has been difficult, unfortunately, again, due to COVID reason in the last couple of years. But normally once per year, we meet with all the European team for a couple of days of conferences. And every 3 years globally, we meet also the other teams around the world, which is always interesting, of course. And speaking about the possibility of home working, which we noticed that is becoming more and more important for the candidates and the employees. we are quite flexible on this, and also after the pandemic, unfortunately, situation, I think that we remain the possibility to meet the needs somehow of our team members, if there is, of course, the need to work maybe a couple of days per week at home for whatever reason, or maybe arriving a little bit later and leaving a little bit earlier, and then continuing to work from home. We are quite flexible, in fact, on this. So yeah, I think this is a summary of our benefits that we can have.
This is internet reimbursement. It's the first time that I hear this. Amazing.
It's good to know.
Okay. No, it's a sign of times. There's one other extra which I didn't mention, and it's very popular, which is the annual bonus. It's quite popular in the industry. So if you have that, don't hesitate to mention it.
Yeah, of course, on top of the base compensation, we have also a discretionary bonus that is, of course, calculated based on the performance both of the company and the various employees that we have as well.
Great.
So now moving to the client servicing side. Asimina?
Yes, so as you mentioned, we're offering pension plans, supporting health and extra private health insurance. We are offering discretionary performance bonuses. We are paid over 13 months. We increased this year our days of holidays from 27 to 29. So we have 29 days of holidays. We are offering leasing opportunity. We are offering for people coming from other countries relocation package for flight, hotel, and agency fees. We are offering, of course, all the technological support in order to make sure that our colleagues can work effectively from home. So we are already working from remotely, but also we are preparing now our remote and adaptive working policy. We are working with PwC in order to prepare this. Because we want to make sure that we are taking the best practices from Luxembourg market for putting this in place. And what we want to build is an agile workforce. So we are already working remotely, giving this opportunity. And maybe I can mention that Vistra also is moving in 1 month to closed door, because until now we used to be at Kirchberg.
Oh, that's great. New offices.
Yes, brand new. We are the first one to be at the building, so fresh start.
That's amazing. Good luck with this. Jose?
Thanks.
Yes, so at KPMG, we are very conscious that a lot of the people that will join the firm are coming from different countries, need to relocate, etc. So we try to offer as many benefits as possible to make their life easier. So I'll try not to do a list à la Prévert, as we say in French, and try to organize it and not forget anything. In terms of purely benefit, there is a discretionary bonus, €10.80 lunch voucher every day, so it's about €200 a month. You get an iPhone, you get 28 days off per year, plus another extra seniority days after 3 years. You get staff protection scheme for disability, extra pension scheme with TKV. I'm not sure I should mention, but some gift voucher when you get some personal life event. I had a young boy 7 months ago, and KPMG offers a gift when you get a newborn or get married. You get also this employee referral program. So when you bring someone into the firm and join the firm, you get a special bonus for this, and also a teleworking allowance, probably something similar to the what you mentioned, Francesca, to support in teleworking. Then the second big aspect is working-life balance. I think this is what also people are looking for in preparing their future. So we allow home office. We have flexible working hours, so it's not a strict 9 to 5 or 6 job where you need to be in the office. We more have objective and some flexibility in the time you arrive and you leave, as long as your team, your client are aware of this. We have a fitness room and changing rooms in the office if you want to join by bag. In-house canteen, a restaurant and a brasserie, so 3 different places to eat, some free drinks and fresh fruits every day in there. And then talking about work-life balance, I mean, we work hard all year long, but we also like to play hard. Luis, you mentioned KPMG Plage, which is one of our flagship event, which is partially for the staff, partially for our client, and partially open to the public. So we bring several tons of sand that we put in front of KPMG to organize it. And trust me, nothing is lost. So after this, the sand is used for construction. So it's just there in between a future constructive use. But in general, we have this kind of event every 3 months. So there's a Christmas party, there's a Christmas or New Year Eve party, there's the Oktoberfest, and some more ad hoc events that are organized, a concierge service. And I'll try to be fast. I see your look, Evie.
I feel
and then in terms of
dead
mobility,
inside, Jose.
Well, especially because we just learned you have more parties than we have.
Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of mobility, we offer lease car, on which we encourage either hybrid or electric car for people. We have a parking facility in the building and on the GFK Avenue, some travel insurance for business, and professional expense reimbursement and travel allowance when you're working from a different place. And then last but not least, on personal development, we also support what is called the GO program. So it's an international mobility program where we offer people to work from a different KPMG office. And I personally benefited from this. 4 years ago, I made an exchange with KPMG Berlin, and I spent 2 years working with different team, experience doing working in a different environment before coming back in KPMG Luxembourg, my first love 2 years ago. And then the rest I already mentioned. So tailor-made performance development, some technical but also soft skills development program, support for the exam. So I think I've been pretty much
a lot of benefits, different for each case.
Yes, I think the most important is it's not to describe individually with detail everything, because I'm sure there were other things that you didn't mention, but just to give a flavor and to illustrate what can be on top and beyond a salary. And
maybe just
knowing that we are in a very competitive place in terms of staff, of recruitment, it's natural that more of these additional options that at the same time benefit the person but the company too are put on the table and are should be part in the decision-making process when applying to something. It's just not a number in the contract. Please.
No, just wanted to add, speaking about the standard benefits, we are also trying, let's say, to improve and get them in line, as we said, with our green activity. So one example is that the last 2 months, the standard lunch vouchers that we used to have in paper version, as from February, we started having lunch pass card, where we have the sum, the amount that is equivalent to 10, 80, 18 per month. So step by step, we are also trying to become more conscious on how our benefits are impacting as well the planet. And I think this is something that needs to be at the top, let's say, objectives of each company nowadays.
Yes, great comment. And you give me, the opportunity to pass to the diversity actions that maybe you have within your firms, because I think these two topics, the flexibility and the diversity are becoming more and more important nowadays. So if you would like to mention some actions that you have within the firm, I think gender equality is important, disabilities, I mean, everything is important. Everyone matters. So let us know what you're doing in your firms. Francesca, would you like to? Oh, sorry, Yasemina.
With pleasure, absolutely. No, for Riverside, indeed, diversity is super important. We value, for example, in our recruitment process, of course, we try to ensure a diverse and inclusive outreach, and candidate pipeline. But not only is really in the day-to-day life at Riverside, we really value, as I mentioned before, the mutual respect and attention to anyone. For example, we have also internal committee for diversity. We are also member of Level 20, which is a non-profit organization which is inspired to support women in a private equity industry. So we really try to value diversity in every form, and also thanks to Yasemina comments, ESG as well is an important value for Riverside. In fact, as well, we have some action in order to reduce the impact on the environment, and these also we pass this message to our portfolio companies that of course we have, and when we acquire companies, a super important element to value.
Great. Hossein, maybe you next to the sun that it's not wasted.
Yeah. No, I completely concur with what Francesca just mentioned. I think that is something that there are a number of initiatives, but in general, that's something we live in our daily life. We aim at having gender equality. We have about 42% of our staff, which is female. We have 73 nationality within the firm, and we really we work together, and inclusion and diversity are something we live in our daily life more than something we necessarily want to claim in general.
And for us as well, so already from the recruitment phase, we are trying to avoid any bias, make sure that we're giving equal opportunities. A big part of our top management are female, because one of the factors to consider also, it's not having just a similar percentage of male and female employees, but also to what level of seniority and responsibility they are putting in the org chart, in the organization structure, and of course making sure, well, our salaries are keeping any fairness. And for our structure as well, I can say that we have more than 40 nationalities. So we are really multicultural, and this is something that we see on a day-to-day basis at Vistra. We have regular events like respecting always the COVID situation. Now it's easier, but we have, let's say, thematic nights where people from different nationalities will prepare things for the rest of the employees, drinks, cook for everyone. So today is St. Patrick's Day, and we have our Irish colleagues who will pass by the offices to treat us. So we have regularly such events, and we really embrace this flavor of multicultural character that it's really present in Luxembourg anyway, and it is one of the elements I think that are worth experiencing in Luxembourg.
This is very important. Everyone is included here, and I think it's important. It's not happening to all the countries. I mean, we know it already. I would like to know why you should be, an employer of choice. Why people could choose your firm to work for.
That's your 30-second speech.
And I can start maybe as usual. I think that is a summary of what we discussed before, and the most important is the culture, the care, the attention, and the importance that Riverside is putting in every one of us. The attention to the growth, to the training, and also to give a balance between the hard working that's also Osin was mentioning before, and the possibility to gather together after work, or even during work, the possibility to have a relaxed environment where being able to speak and to feel a part of a team and not just a number. In fact, yeah, this is an important element, and I am experiencing in this first year in Riverside, from the onboarding to the day-to-day, is really that we are not just someone working, but we know each other, we are supported, we are valued, and also, for example, being in contact quite often and really with our CEOs, our top management in the US, it really feel part of this big family that Riverside is.
Semina?
Yes, so for us as well, I can say that indeed it is a sum of elements that makes our Vistra culture. We have people who did even biggest part of their career at Vistra, and many experienced colleagues ready to support. And I think this is the nice feeling between colleagues, knowing that you are valued and supported. We have a really active social committee organizing events on a regular basis, family events where we can even meet the families of our colleagues, having this bonding, and I think that this is what counts more for us, working as one Vistra and feeling us being one team. So for us as well, I think this is, and working for a company that you see that is well structured and you know where you are going as well, together with the company, it's really important.
Thank you. Hossein?
Yes, I think we are culturally quite close with what I've heard. I think one of the most important is the people mindset and the environment. People come to KPMG because they are looking for first job. They want to be exposed to clients. They want to be challenged. They want to discover. And when they are applying for private equity, they want to understand the market. They want to face large clients, challenging issues that they want to be part and be part of the solution. They want to be able to understand innovation on the financial market. They want to rethink and challenge the status quo, and then they want to do this in an environment which is constructive, when they feel supported, when they feel that they belong. And this is what we are doing every day. It's about the brand, it's about the activity, and it's about the people that are composing those teams working together in the same objective and supporting each other.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We reached the time that we had foreseen for this session. Thank you all for all your comments and to give our participants an additional insight into what they can expect in your firms, and which in a certain way represent many other firms in the industry in Luxembourg. So thank you for being here with us. We are not over.
No,
yet
we have still almost 3 hours. And I want to mention at this point that Luxembourg is a great country for your career. I'm happy to see people joining from different countries, even from Greece. We are happy to have you here. I think it's the good moment for you to start your career in Luxembourg. So if you have questions regarding the firms, go to the booths, speak with the recruiters, the managers that are there, ask your questions, give your CV, and we are more than happy to have you also in our booth if you have any questions regarding our sector.
And thank you very much as well, Evie and Luis. Thank you very much for organizing.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much for the invite and the opportunity to share.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Great day.
Thank you.
Bye.